Gaza reels from deadly Israeli strikes as evacuation orders hint at ground offensive. The besieged Gaza Strip is grappling with the aftermath of two devastating Israeli airstrikes that claimed the lives of 5 Palestinians and injured several more, casting a chilling shadow over an already volatile situation. The attacks, reported by Gaza health officials, mark a grim escalation in the ongoing conflict, fueling fears of an imminent ground invasion. The first strike, a brutal assault on a residential building in Gaza City's Sabra suburb, tragically resulted in the deaths of 3 civilians. The targeted house was reduced to rubble, a horrifying testament to the indiscriminate nature of the attack. The scene was one of chaos and devastation, with emergency responders struggling to navigate the debris-strewn streets in search of survivors amidst the cries of the bereaved. Eyewitnesses described scenes of unimaginable horror, painting a picture of a community torn apart by the relentless violence. Hours later, a second airstrike struck the northern town of Beit Hanun, leaving 2 more Palestinians dead and 6 others wounded. The sheer brutality of the strikes, occurring in quick succession, underscores the escalating intensity of the conflict and raises serious concerns about the safety and well-being of the civilian population. The victims, largely innocent civilians caught in the crossfire, represent another tragic consequence of the ongoing hostilities. Adding to the growing sense of dread and uncertainty, the Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, issued sweeping evacuation orders on Wednesday, demanding that residents across a significant portion of northern Gaza relocate southward and westward. This forceful directive, ostensibly aimed at protecting civilians from dangerous combat zones, is widely interpreted as a prelude to a ground offensive, raising the specter of a full-scale invasion. The IDF's order is forcing thousands of already displaced Palestinians to abandon their homes once more, compounding their suffering and adding to the immense humanitarian crisis unfolding in Gaza. The mass exodus, fueled by fear and uncertainty, paints a stark picture of the desperation gripping the besieged population. Families are left grappling with the agonizing decision of whether to risk staying in their homes or face the uncertain dangers of displacement, further exacerbating the already dire conditions within the overcrowded shelters. The escalating violence and the ominous evacuation orders have ignited widespread international condemnation, with calls for an immediate de-escalation and protection for civilian populations growing louder. The world watches with bated breath as the situation in Gaza teeters on the brink of an even more catastrophic humanitarian disaster. The looming threat of a ground offensive casts a long shadow over the already devastated region, raising fears of an unparalleled level of destruction and loss of innocent lives. The international community must act decisively to prevent further bloodshed and alleviate the immense suffering of the Palestinian people.